Alabama voted against UAW union membership. The results are seen as a blow to the UAW's organizing efforts, despite a victory at a Volkswagen plant in Tennessee last month. Let's get some insight on what's next for the UAW and unionization overall with Dan Julius. He is a visiting professor at Case Western Reserve University School of Management, also a visiting fellow at Yale and Rutgers. Dan, welcome back to CNBC. What's the difference between Tennessee and Alabama, apart from Nick Saban?
And they brought Nick Saban in to talk to the employees to
is
tell
that
them
true?
not to vote. Well, the difference is one is the Deep South and one is formerly a border state. And
so the antipathy to unionization is greater in the farther south you go?
Well,
is that what you're saying?
No question. Look, what are unions? Unions represent something foreign from the North. They were associated with the civil rights movement. This is Trump country. Biden was on a picket line. I mean, you know, it's not exactly a hospitable place. And then you have politicians and others that have made these sort of lucrative incentives to companies to bring them in, promising them, you know, non-union labor.
With a promise, either explicit or implicit, not to have unions come into the shop.
Yeah, well, they gave them tax incentives and all kinds of things. And they have an economic model. And an economic model doesn't include unions. So there's no question that for the UAW, it's a higher haul.
So what does this tell you about the UAW's efforts to unionize places in the South and also foreign, non-U.S. automakers anywhere in the country?
The Southern strategy, so to speak, is what they're calling it. Well, first of all, I was surprised that as many voted for the union that did. The union lost by, I think, 57 to something, 43%. But in fact, I was surprised how many voted for. What this says is the UAW has a road to follow, but I have faith or confidence based on my readings that the UAW will be right back. They've invested $40 million in organizing 37 plants in 16 states. And
so they can come back and stage another vote at how long? Soon?
They have to wait a certain amount of time. Also, there are charges that there's been unfair labor practices committed, and the UAW has filed legal action both in the U.S. and in Germany.
Against Mercedes.
Against Mercedes. And the interesting thing here is that the UAW has friends in Germany. After all, Germany deals with unions all the time. And, you know, so it's going to be a different situation when the UAW tries to organize, let's say, factories that are headquartered in Korea. They have a far more historically tumultuous relationship with their unions.
Those stats we just showed were interesting, how UAW membership is actually at its lowest since 2009, because whether it's them or at Apple stores or Starbucks, anecdotally you feel like there's been a pickup, especially in some of the newer companies that have come into the market, but the numbers overall still show that not much of a move in terms of, you know, total union membership in this country.
You're right. As a matter of fact, the trajectory is downward. That if you go back 20, 30, 40 years, you see 20% union density. Now it's 10%, and in the private sector, it's less than 7%. And keep in mind something else. After all, this is an industry that in 1960s owned 90% of the market share.
The U.S. auto industry.
U.S. auto industry. And today, it's at 40%. And so what's going on in the auto industry has made them vulnerable to strikes and vulnerable to union action. And so the UAW is at a precipitous time.
The UAW not only wants to do good things by workers, the UAW wants members, right? So
Absolutely.
If they are stymied at getting members in new plants in the South, in the auto business, where are they going? Where are they looking to unionize, to recruit new members?
Well, they're looking at education.
College campuses.
College campuses. They're workers. They're
teaching assistants.
And students. And they're looking
student workers.
Full-time, student workers. And they're looking at museums. They're looking at cultural organizations. But the real action is still in the non-union labor auto plants. You know, there's 158,000 workers among these non-union plants, and they can't afford to turn their back there. And interestingly enough, the evidence shows that being in a union does raise your wages. It does add to engagement. It's associated with democratic involvement. There are a lot of good things about unionization.
Why do you think they didn't win this time?
I think that we tend to underestimate the impact of culture, that the individuals in Alabama, first, the UAW has had some severe, significant corruption issues several years ago, and a monitor put them under some control. You have a new leadership in the UAW, activist, using technology, far more agile, if you will, about organizing, using a rolling strike strategy that has been effective. I also think that the NLRB, appointed under this administration, has been very favorable, and as has the president. And you also have, it's very interesting that several
But
generations...
that would argue in favor of the union
yes,
prevailing.
But
some of those
it's
things.
true, but there's also fear. First of all, they ran a very strong no-agent campaign. There was some fear and intimidation. And keep in mind that several generations ago, individuals from this part of the country go up to the north to get good jobs. And all of a sudden, those jobs are dissipated.